It's hard to imagine what it would be like to repair the incredibly complex Hubble telescope, much less do it in zero gravity wearing a bulky spacesuit. But what if it were a bit like tinkering with a classic car in your garage? One astronaut who will fix the Hubble makes that comparison. Ned Potter has been following all the preparations for this rescue mission.
A good view of the 43.5-foot high observatory.
How do you get ready to fly 300 miles out in space and repair the Hubble telescope? This is how. When you take your son's go-kart racing, you have to stay on the sideline. Drew Feustel is one of the 4 spacewalkers assigned to work on the Hubble.
Close your eyes. Go right now. Close your eyes. See, it'll look like just like that. Don't worry.
Gary.
We'll get you a nightlight.
Feustel grew up in love with cars, made money during college by restoring old ones, and gave this '66 Austin Healey to his wife Indy.
He tells me that he told me when we were dating that he wanted to be an astronaut, and I honestly don't remember that. And then later when we moved to Houston, he started talking about it more, and he's like, "Don't you remember I told you?" I'm like, "No."
His day job is to make 3 spacewalks, installing new gyroscopes so the telescope can point with precision.
You know, I'm probably no better than most backyard mechanics at some of these things. I like getting in there and putting my hands on all the tools and having a go at it.
But at night before the flight, you could often find him out in the garage, messing with his BMW M3.
Honestly, when I come and work on these things, the first thing that comes into my head is this is currency training. I mean, to me, this is part of my training.
Yes, he said training. Feustel has a doctorate in geophysics, but for the Hubble repair, he and his crewmates mostly play the role of mechanic.
A lot of what we do is keeping things going in space.
You are going to see some arm movement.
And some of what they do in space is inspired by what they do at home.
The long device that Mike's holding now that pulls the rate sensing units in and out of the telescope was derived from a combination of something from Home Depot and a toy in my son's toy box.
Right now in orbit, Feustel is traveling 17,000 miles an hour, faster than any car he's ever touched. Ned Potter, ABC News, Houston.